Quick edition of Knicks Fan TV Live with bad breaking news. Derrick Rose out at least 8 weeks after undergoing successful ankle surgery. This by multiple reports, including my guy Ian Begley. A crushing blow for this Knicks team that's just been, bad news after bad news. An underwhelming season so far. 14-18 on the campaign, and now you lose one of your vets, one of your key cogs, one of your key veterans, a guy that Tom Thibodeau would look to close games. This is a tough loss. At least 8 weeks for Derrick Rose after ankle surgery. We knew he was missing some time with a sore ankle. He did have a sprained ankle earlier this season as well. So clearly it's I don't know if it's the same foot, but clearly the durability's been an issue, and that was one of my key questions going into this season was the health of our guards, the health of our bigs, the health of our guards in terms of Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose. We've already heard that obviously Kemba's knee being an arthritic knee, obviously that's not going to get better. But now you lose D Rose, so tough loss for the Knicks. But look, I think this is opportunity. This is opportunity for the Knicks to evaluate their young players. Between the COVID protocol and now these injuries, it's forcing Tibbs' hand. We have no choice but to see what our young pieces can do. And I think this is a blessing in disguise because this season is going nowhere fast. They still have a chance to maybe make some noise and crack a playoff seed, but realistically, this is likely a 500 team. Over under a couple of games. I don't see this team really improving drastically to the point where they get back to where they were last year. I don't see that happening, and I just think this is one of those years between the underwhelming play, the lack of chemistry, not capturing that defensive spark that they had last year. Now the COVID protocol guys in and out, and now, injuries to your veterans. I think this is just a year that they need to evaluate their young players. And, if they make it, play in playoffs, so be it. If they don't, then they'll be in a good position to get in the lottery and get some more talent on this team, because we all know we are, lacking in certain areas. Point guard being one, more perimeter players, wing defenders as well. So, that may not be a bad thing. And I think it's a blessing in the skies for Deuce McBride, Quentin Grimes. Tibbs will have no choice but to get those guys into the rotation. I think based on how the COVID protocols have been going, it seems like Grimes may be back first, maybe a couple of days before McBride if he has the consecutive negative tests. So maybe we'll see Grimes first. But, both of those guys should be factoring into this rotation. And then, look, if you get Derrick Rose back later on in February and, lightning is struck in the bottle and this team has reeled off some wins, then maybe he helps your rotation and can help us going forward. But overall, this has just been a bad season, man. This has just been a bad vibes all season long, and I think it's a blessing in disguise where we can go in and see what these kids have to do. Nerlens Noel now in the COVID protocol, so he's out. Jericho Hive, stand up. We'll see some Jericho. Sims maybe get some burn. If Tibbs is going to probably lean Taj, let's go Jericho, man. See what Jericho has to say here. Going up against the Washington Wizards tomorrow night, a scrappy Wizards team that's basically at full strength. And then, Christmas Day, let's get Jericho into this rotation, see what he has, and just keep this thing moving forward. I think at this point, you got no choice but to leave Kemba in the lineup, in the rotation. So it's just funny how those things work. He's out of the rotation completely, and then it seems I don't see how he leaves. So I think it's a situation where you could see him continuing to start, and then your starters are the same. It's RJ. It's Kemba. It's RJ whenever he gets back. It's Fournier, Julius, and then probably Mitch, and then off the bench, you bring in IQ, you bring in either Grimes and Bride, Burks, Obi, and hopefully Sims. Hopefully we get to see a little more Sims, because I think this is just what we need to do right now, man. Just evaluate some of these young players, because the vets I look, I didn't mind them running it back, but we're seeing now it's just overall it's just bad vibes. So we'll see if they can capture some magic here over these next couple of games. But this is a tough one. Derrick Rose out at least 8 weeks after undergoing successful ankle surgery. So salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. It's a quick live to detail that. Shout out T. Williams, Jake House in the building, Jason Cal, Canis, Jake Cal, what's going on? How you guys feeling tonight? I feel like, a lot of the fan base is optimistic. A lot of you guys were looking for the kids to play anyway. And now this is a move that, forces Tibbs' hand once again. Got to get Grimes, got to get McBride in there. Your two top defensive-minded young players. I like the, a potential McBride quickly Obi unit. I think that, that unit is going to continue to push the pace. I'd love to see how that unit plays together, see those guys get some minutes together. But there's no doubt you're losing Derrick Rose deals a blow to that second unit. He was the glue for that second unit, the guy that did push the pace. He and Obi had great chemistry. He allowed quickly to play off ball and be able to shoot the ball a lot more. So I think, Rose's presence is definitely going to be missed over this time. But, like I said, let's play the kids. Jake Cal says it's a blessing in disguise. If you guys want to hit me up on the Discord, I'll take a couple on the Discord before we wrap. And then we'll come back for Knicks post-game live, Knicks versus Wizards. Jake Cal says we'll look back at this as a blessing. Rose gets healthier. Yeah, could definitely go see that. Pudge Nice says go get Miles Turner ASAP. I don't know, man. Will they be buyers at this point? I think you got to see how the next few games go. But just to, go out there and part with assets for a mid-tier vet, I don't know. Is that what we really want to do right now? I'm not so sure. It all depends. Because like I said, I just don't see this team really turning this season over where it's just like, okay, go get a guy and, that could potentially help us, get past the first round. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. Jay from Florida says now we need to get rid of Randall for a while. Salute to Jay. Who else we got in here? Manchild says no Turner, let Mitch and Sims man the middle. Yeah, I think that's where I would lean. I like Turner, but I just don't think that makes much sense right now. But let's see what happens over the next few games for sure. No tier 1 is going to the Knicks. When has that happened? I never said anything about a tier 1 going to the Knicks, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. King D's free the law firm. Yeah, well, I think we'll get a chance to see that right now. And I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to those two guys getting in and wreaking havoc on the defensive end. And maybe that helps. Maybe that helps because, our transition defense has been porous. Our perimeter defense has been porous. And our overall team defense just isn't where it needs to be. So maybe adding those guys, it injects that energy into the veins. And offensively, listen, we still have some firepower here if we can just, get some chemistry on the offensive end. But it's defensively, can we get some timely stops? And, McBride and Grimes can certainly help us do that. You got to like the way that they can shoot the ball as well. Pull-up jumpers, their pull-up jumpers have been pretty potent, especially with Grimes. Looking forward to seeing that out there. Tough shot shooter. And then McBride as well. Lash, what's good, Lash? He said, yeah, I'm sad about Rose. Yeah, it's tough news, man. Tough news. But this was, I can't really say I'm surprised, man. This is one of the things I was worried about coming into the season. Was like, can he hold up? Can Kemba hold up? So I'm honestly really not surprised because, go back to when we talked about Quickly and Quickly's offseason, his maturation. I kept saying, it's going to be very important for Quickly to, show some progress, show some playmaking progress, not to take over the point guard spot. But I did say there's going to come a time where either Kemba or Rose are going to go down. And Quickly's role is going to be that much more important. Now, we've seen Tibbs leaning on Burks in that role, and I think we're going to continue to see that. handling, taking care of the ball handling duties. But, quickly as well. Quickly's going to be asked to do that as well and factor in McBride. So next man up. Luka Samanic, 4PF Moolah says, call up Luka Samanic. I think he's still injured. A lot of people have been looking for him, but I think he is injured down in the G League. So, but we'll see, man. We shall see as the season goes, and we're losing guys. You could see a Samanic come up with the team. D Rose out 8 weeks with an ankle. All right, throw some more questions, some more comments in the chat before I wrap up. Knicks versus Wizards tomorrow night. Knicks postgame live. Make sure you guys tune in. CP, Ashley Moss, JD will be here. Jay from Florida says, you play Rose back-to-backs. This is what happens. You look way fresher than the rest. I mean, I see a lot of people talking about, they played him too much. They played him too much. It's hard for me to just draw that correlation, man. Honestly, it's hard for me to just draw that correlation that they played him too much. You can't. It's hard to say that it was minutes wide. I just think he's that type of player. Look, you remember when they would show the Knicks games last year and they would show his workout preparation routine just to get ready for each game and all the things he has to go through. Yeah, I mean, staying healthy, it's a tough thing for him. So I don't know necessarily know if it's the minutes, but it is what it is at this point. Jesse in the chat says, when is as soon as we can bring in Rokas? I mean, maybe next year. Depends on how they evaluate him. Yeah, injuries are part of the game. Woe says more likely 6 weeks. All right, 6 to 8 weeks, still a long time. And when he gets back, how much are you really going to put on him? So, again, it's up to IQ, Grimes, McBride. Those guys are going to have a larger role. And Kemba. And Kemba. Can't shake Kemba now if you're Tibbs. Can't shake Kemba now. So, that's what it is. Michael Maldonado. Appreciate it. Just wanted to come on, do a quick live. Salute to JD in the chat. JD, what's good? No 50 burgers this year, JD. Sorry, man. It's just not gonna happen, man. It was fun while it lasted, JD. But anyway, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. We're closing in on 45,000. How many subscribers we got right now? We have 44,983. 44,983. We are 17 subscribers away from 45,000 people. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the notification bell. We got a lot of people here in the chat. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. We are 17 people away from 45,000 subscribers. Another big milestone. We're headed for 50. I'm trying to get 50 before the season is over. Let's go. Yeah, man, we're on our way to 50K, J-Cal. Definitely on our way to 50K. So that's the story. Hope you guys are enjoying your holiday for sure. I'm about to get into, hang on, I'm about to show you this book real quick. Blood of the 90s. Actually, it's called Blood in the Garden. Shout out to Chris Herring. It's all about the 90s Knicks. I'm about to get into this. And then we're going to bring Chris Herring on for a sit-down interview. So I'm about to get into this. And looking forward to it, man. I got the hardcover and the paperback. Shout out to Chris Herring and his publisher for sending me the advanced copy. Definitely going to get into that. Looking forward to that. Who else we got in there? Pudge Nice, what's good? Mars Jetson. He says, JD cops and fire with that 50 burger money. Shout out to JD. King Arcs Projects, what's good? Steve D. Appreciate it, Steve D. All right, let's see if we move the needle. Trying to get to 45,000 people. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. We are on our way. All right, so that's that. Tomorrow night, we'll be back, man. Knicks postgame live. Knicks versus Wizards. And, a new Knick rotation. Obi's back. Nerlens out. Obi is back. Nerlens in the COVID protocol. So we'll get to see Obi Toppin back tomorrow night. Let's see how, the rotation changes yet again. As the world turns, Knicks edition. It's one of those years, man. You see Luka Doncic out in the COVID protocol. So all these Christmas games is going to be like a G League showcase, man. You're not even going to recognize these people out there on these Christmas Day games. But Adam Silver hell-bent on having them nevertheless. The Hawks are down, I think, at least 6 or 7 players. Knicks are down 6 players. It's looking all bad out there. It is looking all bad. So that's the story, people. As I say, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. D Rose out at least 8 weeks. Let me know what you guys think, man. What do you think the ramifications are for this team? Leave a comment in the chat, and we'll reply back in the chat, man.